The idea that women have all the power, to me, is an illusion. Actually, so over on Reddit, this is what guys are saying about dating. I've just learned not to look. Looking leads to misery. To be honest, I'd rather just be a little bit lonelier than deal with all the hassle of dating. Dating nowadays is like taking on a part-time job. I don't have the time or energy. I'm consistently told I'm just not good enough. It's downright depressing when you consistently try to put your best foot forward and get shot down like that. I haven't asked anyone out on a date in 4 years, and to be honest, it feels awkward and unnatural. And to expand on this, I asked you guys over in the community tab here at Roman Royal Style to let me know what you think of modern dating, and this is what you said. I've got several single buddies ages 40 to 50 years old, and the shit they go through dating is ridiculous. Both take time off from it just to stay sane. I left the dating world back in 2016 and have focused in on improving myself. Seriously, dating has become more stressful than rush hour traffic in Atlanta. I've accepted the fact I'm going to be single forever. All my partners cheated on me in the past. It's just not worth it. In today's video, gents, I'm going to talk specifically about why men are giving up on dating, all the problems, issues, hassles that they're facing, and I'm going to make the case that you should not give up on dating. I've got some solid points. The last point I feel is one that no one ever talks about, so stick around, guys. It's going to be a solid video. Now, the saddest reason apparently some guys are giving up on dating is that they don't even feel worthy. I had one gentleman write, who I'm going to keep anonymous, say, "I gave up a long time ago. Not only am I in no way physically attractive, I realized I have nothing to contribute to a relationship." And gents, I'm going to be honest here. I think that's complete bull. I think everybody, if they put in the work, if they put in the effort, deserves to have a relationship. Sadly, I think there's a lot of guys out there that have this mindset. And it's funny because human beings were the only animal that when we make a mistake, we painfully beat ourselves up again and again and again. All the other animals, they move on, they go on with life. We torture ourselves in our minds that we are unworthy, that somehow because we're not attractive, we don't have the best body, that we don't have much money, that somehow we are not worthy of relationships with other people. And that is dead wrong. And even worse, a lot of times guys are beating themselves up about issues that they can fix. One of those issues, erectile dysfunction. Guys, did you know that 52% of men at some point in their lives are going to deal with ED? If that's you, you need to check out Roman, the sponsor of today's video. Now, gents, I've talked about Roman for years because I love what these guys do. They make it easy. They're a one-stop shop where licensed U.S. healthcare professionals can treat erectile dysfunction and premature ejaculation online. Seriously, no awkward waiting rooms, no embarrassing conversations. You can deal with the issue all from the comfort of your own home. So to get started today, gents, go to getroman.com/RMRS. Once you go over there, you're going to complete an online visit. You're going to chat with a healthcare professional and you're going to get a diagnosis. Genuine medication will be delivered to your door in discreet, unmarked packaging. You get free 2-day shipping and you can reach out to a healthcare professional in the Roman network whenever you need assistance. To get started today, gents, use the link in the description of today's video. That's getroman.com/RMRS. And when you use this link, and if you're prescribed, you'll get $15 off your first month of ED treatment. Again, gentlemen, that's getroman.com/RMRS. Gents, they're a great company. I've worked with them for years. If you're dealing with any type of men's issues, again, use that link in the description of today's video to get the best deal on the web. So as I was doing the research for this topic, I saw there were a lot of reasons that guys are saying that dating sucks in today's modern world. One of the biggest ones is that many guys felt that women have all the power. Seriously, we had this great story from Dennis over on the community tab. He's saying that, hey, I watched how my sister does this. She's dating 3 guys at the same time, and she's comparing them against each other, and she ends up going with the one that she likes the most, the one that has the most to offer. And yeah, seeing this from their side, they've got so many options. Yeah, what chance do us guys have? Well, this is a solid point, and it's reinforced by the fact when you look at the stats on the apps, the majority of people on dating apps are men. The 20% of women, most of them are not even on their date. They're there for self-validation. They're there simply to test the waters, catfishing. There's all types of crazy stuff going on. So it's a very small percentage of women on these dating apps that men are going after. So the way to solve this problem is to step off of the dating app platform. There are so many other options out there to meet people, actually in person. And this is where we see the best success. As I was looking through all the research, it's the guys that are actually working on their social skills, being able just to start conversations with anybody who seem to be having the best luck. Yes, they are striking out, but it's not nearly the numbers they do online. And this worked really well for guys that are shorter, for guys necessarily that don't have the earning power that you seem to have to be able to put on display online. For guys that had a disadvantage online, it seems in person, when they work on their ability to be able to speak with people, that's when they're all of a sudden having much better luck with the ladies. In addition, the idea that women have all the power, to me, is an illusion, because women are stuck in this situation where they, get to select men, but only the men that go after them. So if you choose not to actually pursue her, all of a sudden she doesn't have the power to actually select you, and you've removed yourself from the running. I read so many guys talking about how they've taken a step back to improve themselves, to work on becoming the person that they want to become, and then realizing that more confident, that guy that has more things set up for himself, that just feels better about himself, and all of a sudden has his finances in order, has his looks in order because he's worked on his body, all of a sudden is becoming much more attractive because he just feels good and he's confident and he knows who he is as a person. And being totally objective here, can you blame women for actually going for the best they can get? I mean, if you have all of these choices in front of you, aren't you going to go with the best looking, the person that has the most earning power, that if you partner up with them are going to provide you with the type of life that you want to live? So you can see why women are using this choice to their advantage. I mean, what guy, if you had, good money, $50,000 to go spend on a car, do you want the fourth best car for your 50 grand? No, you want the best deal that you can get. You're going to go out there and look and make sure it's the right choice. So again, women have the power because we're giving them the power. But if you take a step back, you focus in on improving yourself, all of a sudden you are going to become the kind of person that other people want to connect with, other people want to form a relationship with. So the next reason why a lot of guys are giving up on dating is that women are incredibly picky. They're saying, you know what, unless you got six-pack abs, a six-figure income, or 6 houses, good luck. Women are expecting the world. And the women that are expecting this, these aren't 9s, these are 4s and 5s. They have all of these expectations. Now, gents, I hear you. And you know what? The data is backing this up. Women have become pickier over time. And guess what? Men have as well. So it's going both ways. Why are people pickier? Because when you've got all of this choice, you somehow think that that's going to ensure that you're able to get more accurately what you want. Now, to a degree, more options is a good thing, but there is a point, and all of a sudden we run into the paradox of choice. Once you have too many choices, you run into analysis paralysis. Basically, you are overwhelmed by all the options out there and you don't make a decision, or you simply don't even fully understand what it is you're looking for. That's why these apps have been in many ways very detrimental. Yes, there are some great stories, and I'm sure some of you guys can let me know in the comments you met your significant other. You've met the woman that you're dating right now, very happy with, or maybe not so happy with, in one of these apps. But for a lot of people, it's all of this complexity of choice which has created this issue that they cannot find what they're looking for, or they simply feel that they've got to be able to create an amazing match which they're not able to find. On top of this, think of the cultural messages we're receiving. People should wait till later in life to get married. I'm not saying that's a bad or a good thing, but what it does is people become ingrained into their habits, what they like, what they don't like. And I think it becomes much more difficult for the second part. Culture says, wait until you find your perfect match. Well, think about that. If you are in your mid-30s, you're in your mid-40s, you've got certain things that you like, you don't like, and to find someone that perfectly matches you becomes very, very difficult. Now, am I making the case that people should get married earlier or that you should choose someone that's not a perfect match? No, I'm not. I've seen both sides of the spectrum where people get married when they're, she's 16, he's 18. I know people that got married into their 70s. And finally, they say they found their perfect match. The point I'm making here is that I've discovered that the people that have the strongest and best relationships approach marriage, approach a relationship as there's a lot of work in this, and they're working to build a life together. They work on sharing experiences with each other, and they realize that that's the part they can control, not the past, not so much, whether this person is perfect. And that's really what I think, society doesn't push this, but it's, in my experience, true. It's about building that relationship, not finding the perfect one. Now, gents, if you're enjoying today's video, do me a favor, smash that like button. Yes, let out your frustrations, hit that like button now. smart. Guys, when you engage with these videos, it lets the YouTube algorithm know, you know what, Antonio should make more videos like this, and I'm always paying attention to it, listening to you guys, so the more likes we get, the more likely I will make more video content like this. Now, gents, I've said a lot in this video, and I want to know, do you agree, disagree? What do you have to say about men and dating? Is it getting worse? Is it getting better? Should men go into relationships? I want to hear from you in the comments down below. And like always, if you leave a great comment down below, we'll go through and select a few that deserve an RMRS challenge coin. I love sending these out to you guys to remind you to become the man you know yourself to be. Now, perhaps the biggest reason why men are giving up on dating was summarized by this gentleman right here. In the end, it's just not worth the hassle. I'd love to be with someone, but it is what it is. I'm just going to keep distracting myself and living my life alone. Now, I definitely see this point of view, but in my opinion, it's flawed. And my reasoning for this is something that's not really talked about in relationships, but those of us that have found an amazing relationship can confirm. And that is, when you find the right relationship, it's like winning the lottery. The actual economic term here is known as the long-tailed distribution of returns. Now, the quote I'm going to steal here is from Jeff Bezos. As you guys know, he went through an expensive divorce, but he didn't give up on love. Now, this quote is not about love, it's about his business, but I think it applies to relationships. Outsized returns often come from betting against conventional wisdom, and conventional wisdom is usually right. Given a 10% chance of a 100 times payoff, you should take that bet every time. Now, you're still going to be wrong 9 times out of 10, but when you're right, you win forever. Now, I added that last bit because the example he uses is hitting a home run, a grand slam. You get 4 runs in baseball for that. But imagine if you could hit one and it would be 1,000 runs. And you could use that to apply to games. You could win every World Series there ever is. That's how I want you to think about when you nail it on relationships. Yes, you may only have a 1 in 10 chance. 50% of marriages end in divorce. I get that. And how many of those are even happy marriages? But if you can just 1 out of 10, you have a chance to win forever. That is still a smart bet. And personally, guys, I can attest this when it comes to my relationship with my wife. I feel like I've won the lottery. Yes, we don't always get along, but the good so much more outweighs the bad. There were so many great things that have happened in my life, and from my children to the relationships to the things that she's introduced me to, and it more than makes up for the fact that she's got her issues, but like anybody, you find out that these great relationships, it's not an even distribution. That good can be so much greater than, the little bit of headache that you got to deal with. All right, Jen, so what video to watch next? How about weak traits that women despise in men? Seriously, guys, you don't want to have these things. And I talk about how to overcome them. These are bad habits that sometimes we pick up that you can overcome. And what am I talking about? Find out, guys, in this video right here. I will link to it down in the description. It's a good one. Go check it out. 10 weak traits that you do not want.